Hey guys, good afternoon. Hope everybody's doing good on this Friday. On this Friday. As the banner says, thank you all for being here. Just give it a minute or two and see how many people jump in, give people a chance. Um, I forgot to hit the schedule a live part, so that's my bad. Um, no big deal though. I mean, it is what it is. It can happen. Meaning I didn't give much warning when I did it this way. It's all good though. So, like I said, I'm glad you're all here today. I hope you had a fantastic week. It is Friday and the weekend for those that get to enjoy it. I hope it is amazing as well. Okay, so um first off, I hope you all that celebrate had a happy Halloween. But I want to give a very special shout out to a chatter, a viewer, and a supporter. I want to thank you for your concern. So, Gin and Tonica, I have the right to be in anyone's chat that I choose. I am truly free. It is my choice. And I just want to let you know being in a chat does not define me, and it never will. No one owns me. No one owns me, and no one rules me. So, um, and just FYI, I never knew about Bao until D.O.A mentioned him. By the way, just saying. I thought that'd be a fun way to start out. Okay, so the title, I'm sure a lot of you were like, what the hell, right? Well, let's get into that. Wysi versus D.O.A. All right, so ex Scientologist Wysi, everybody knows that he gets ragged on for being an ex Scientologist. And to many of us in the protesting Scientology, only knew of him, or at least the majority of us knew him because of Scott. Otherwise, I myself would not have known. So for Wysi, in some viewers' eyes, Scientology is just freedom of religion, right? Let me backtrack. The ex Scientologist, Chris, the way I see it, he defends them in some viewers' eyes, meaning Scientology is freedom of religion. Now, to my understanding, Wysi was a public Scientologist. So, getting into that, I would just like to say, how can you know, Wysi? How can he know what really went down? What really went down behind closed doors, behind the scenes, with the Sea Org, with OSA? You know, I mean, what does Scientology do behind the scenes? When you're a public, they treat you differently. They don't treat you the same as, Sea Org and OSA. But then again, however, how many of us can, unless those that were there, truly know the truth and the facts are the only people that this pertains to. They're the ones that were there. They're the ones that know. Okay. Because Wysi said he had his own experience within Scientology. That's a fair statement. Okay. I've said it myself in other lives. I have said some people talk about it like they glorify it, like it was the best experience of their life. Others say not so much. I mean, maybe there were a couple good things out of Scientology, whether they're first generation, second, third generation, or if they come into Scientology late in life. And then you have the people who went through hell. Now, Scott, D.O.A., on that note, he's never been in Scientology. He's known as a paid protester, a professional, a magician, known for saying, save the children, doing what he believes is right. Travels all over the U.S., right? He makes allies, friends, enemies, trolls as well. But is he really saving the children? I say no. I say no. So with that being said, Scott, Halloween was a night of fun for some. That's for sure. With protesters and supporters and viewers, most people, including myself, were wanting to see. You got your choices: a shit show, an arrest, humanity, dignity, empathy, sympathy, being cautious around families with children. Save them, correct? Well, I don't believe that at all. Because if that was the case, again, filming kids going to porta potties. Let's start with that. Okay. So we were told, Scott's trolls that are not so much trolls were saying about porta potties. Scott was filming children porta potties, timing them, excuse me, that he filmed a young girl's lower regions and was focused in on that, filming it. Well, I don't see that as saving the children, okay? But it's so funny because if that was a lie that he would film children at the porta potty, then last night, I don't know what. Let me see if I have it here. And again, to all that are just joining, welcome in. Let's see here. Let me just, I think this is the queued up one. Well, just give me a second. Okay. I have a couple of things up, so. Okay, let me pull this up. 39.50. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cue it up, guys, to where the time is. Breeze, good to see you. Cussing like he was in front of children last night, and like the cop told him, excuse me, last night, it's the parents' right. D.O.A, good morning. Good to see you. Thank you. Big Chief, good morning. Good afternoon, everybody. Good to see you. Fraudy in the house. All right, so let me cue this up, guys. Thank you for being here. All right. What the hell? Ugh. Okay, here we go. So, what was the time? Okay, so what I did was I put this a little bit behind, so here we go.
And you're a loser, baby. So take your scooter away. Damn, man. The saxophone's badass. I can make music and art, theater art, all at the same time.
Somehow when he does that voice, Okay, I know my voice, everybody's got something to say. Everybody's a critic, right? But it sounds like Miss Piggy, mate from the Muppets. That's just my little 2 cents in there. Oh god, I know you guys can't take it. All right, I just wanted to show you this is not edited. I told you guys I'm not that good. Uh, speed it up. All right, it's close enough. Here we go. Now, excuse me. Yes, it is Halloween and there are families with kids. However, the focus on them does not seem to be just they're in the shot and then look away. It seems a bit long. I'm sure I'm not the only one that thinks that way, okay? I mean, Kelly is a protester. She even said it's not right to film the kids. It's not right to film the kids. So, again, it's hard to avoid, but you it's you point up at the building or you point somewhere else. A kid gets in the shot for a second or two. You can't help that. I mean, let's not be nitpicky, but whatever. And I just realized the timestamp is a little bit earlier. So you got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. This is the Halloween one, right? I'm pretty sure I wrote it down correctly because I know I saw it.
Now,
I know I saw it. So just bear with me. I'll mute it, but so there was a question that was asked. The two gentlemen that were on those one-wheeled skateboards, they happened to be at Scientology protesting with Kelly, who's right there with the FBI uniform. They were there, and that's the first time D.O.A. had met them. And he said they were like something out of Mad Max. So, and they seem like very nice fellows. They also happened to join him at the waterfall and rainforest. You could see them having a good time using those one-wheel skateboards. I'd probably break my neck, but just thought I'd let you know. That's who those two gentlemen were that were riding those things. And I'm not looking at chat because I'm trying to look at the time frame. So if you're commenting or to me or something, I'll be right with you. I just want to get to this. fun costumes, people hanging out, people supporting. I have the timestamp, so I know I'm not crazy. Let me do it this way. Let's try here. We don't need the volume. We just need the visual. And let's not forget, there are other incidences. It wasn't just one porta potty or this porta potty. It was also another time that I'll bring up in just a moment. Okay, I think it was right after this. Spider-Man looks pretty big to me. And if I use the speed up, I know I'll go too far. So come on.
Is don't like it. It's totally normal here.
7:39:50. All right, 7. Let's try this. Because I have it marked.
You got my glasses on, dude.
Like I said, all the children, it's Halloween. I get it. But at the same time, you know, it's like the saxophone is a little bit different. But at the same time, I'm thinking to myself, well, all these things that have been said about Scott, about D.O.A, it's like I got a million things running through my head. I got a million things running through my head. Let's see. Let's try the 38-minute mark. Okay. Is it possible? Wait a minute. Is it possible there was a change? Let's see. Nope. Here we go.
The fuck are children doing going back there by themselves? The fuck is going on, Ted? Huh? Where the fuck are their parents? They're right there. They just have to take the back.
So you get the general idea, right? He's trying to make something out of nothing, but I see that as a deflection. It's like he's been accused of it for so long, right? and doesn't want to be, hounded about it. So he has to there and turn around and point it out like he's the hero, like he's the Superman. What the fuck, bro? Oh, Lord have mercy. All right. So, Denise, hello. Welcome in. Good to see you. It was disgusting what D.O.A. and his gang did at the Halloween event. The only thing they accomplished was to ruin the evening for many children. We all know he's got some weird obsession with kids. When your own sister takes an RO out on you, speaks volumes, and his story about it always changes. Bingo. Breeze, welcome in. She is still wearing that uniform today. All right. uh, yeah. maybe maybe since they're all there so much, either she could wash it in DOA's RV or ask somebody in the Sea Org if they'd be so kind, or maybe to even switch uniforms. Yeah. Denise, I feel bad for the parents that had to explain why a crazy man was yelling and filming them. Tweakers are freaky, delusional perverts. All right, let's see. And who cares says, DOA is a child abuser. Ask his own sister. He is not allowed to be around his own niece. Make that make sense. And the thing of it is that I understand, like, some people are like, well, where's the proof? Where's the proof? Well, it's come to my attention and watching and listening to others that excuse me, it's not because of anything but the fact that there is children involved, and supposedly, and I'm not saying this in a bad way, I'm just saying this is how I believe it's trying to be explained. Okay, so if I'm not doing it right, please speak up. Let me know. But because there are children involved, it's like protected. But I'm thinking to myself at the same time, if it could be, if somebody knows where it is and has that, and they like even use whiteout and show it, maybe then it'll shut some people up, maybe then it'll open some people's eyes. Who the hell knows? Big Chief looks and smells like hot dog water. Oh my god. Breeze, you're absolutely right. Money and deflection. Well, that's true. Who cares? That is very true. They don't want to know, and you know, and then some. Excuse me. Hey, good afternoon, or for good morning. Matthew the King is in the house. DOA is a bully to everyone, some sooner than others. Matthew the King, thank you so much for being here, buddy. And you're absolutely right. Absolutely spot on. Like, what did I say when I was starting to wake up, like an old shoe, right? But then again, shoes, not too many people find that important. But let's face it. Some viewers and chatters are just in it for the shit show, the hot mess that occurs, you know, and the chaos that comes along with it. Good day to you, sir. They are. Now, last night, oh man, not gonna lie, when I was a supporter of Scott, and there were moments that was, in the moment, if you will, I was all for it. I was there. I was like, let's go. You know? But last night, whew, last night was fire. But I do want to say just a little FYI to those here now and on the replay. Some people in this group, non-group, to touch on what MTK said, have bullied and trolled someone. I want you to listen to this. Have bullied and trolled someone so badly, they targeted them, okay? This is not a funny thing. That they ended their own life by suicide. Sometimes it's easier said than done. Suicide's not the answer, but hear me again. That they ended their life because of that. So, to the person that's in the group and non group, good job. You know who you are. And just to add on to that, those that hold the wrench can be the most helpful and caring people that are there for you, or they could be the most dangerous people. Think about it. Those that hold the wrench could be the most helpful, caring people, or the most dangerous. You know. Nope, you're right. Nothing is out of bounds. Oh, shit. Okay. So now the thing about Wysi on here too. Later on, if you missed the beginning and you didn't like rewind to it, you can go back. Let me cue this up. 1702. And this is very interesting. At least it was for me. So, okay. Let me get this ready. Chris on the drums. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Welcome in. I'm happy to see you. Das, hello. I'm so happy you guys are here. Chris, it's been in a while, my man. I hope you're I say that, Chris on the drums. But I hope to God you're all right. All is good. I haven't seen you in a while. All right, so let's check this out. This is Scott addressing what he told us is a troll that you love to hate. And that's why Scott keeps him around, right? When we all first met D.O.A, that's what he told us. Shit.
I love how Wysi thinks that like filming like anybody. If you this is like if you get something perverted out of this right here, me walking, that's a problem you have with yourself. Okay, that's a problem you have with yourself. Every home video would be considered like you really people making it is so sick, and but you have no problem with bandits, you have no problem with a level 3 sex offender and all the shit they did, but you're gonna say that me walking is something, it's so stupid.
Okay. Keyword. Dumbass says home videos, right? Everybody, with the home videos. Scott addresses I'm so angry right now. Scott addresses Wysi about filming kids, right? And you heard him what he said. But the key word was home videos. Exactly. It's homes and family. You stupid fuck. This is not, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry for, saying that, but I'm just upset at the fact Does this look like a home movie to you? Does this look like his family and friends gathering? This ain't a backyard barbecue, bro. Okay? Let's be clear about that. Keyword home video. Number 2, Scott rags on Wysi and many others about being a pedo protector and they're a pedo themselves and a pedo simp and all this shit and talks about some dude named Bandit. But D.O.A, you fled. You failed. You said that you want to save the children. Many of your ex followers or so called trolls that know you better than that have heard you say that bullshit, no, it's a lie. Because you fled and failed when it came to Brian Dunker from the Outlaw Ministries, correct? Brian Dunker, the Outlaw Ministries. You didn't do shit. You didn't do shit. And now that sick person has a church with children and also has other sick people there too that are pedos and perverts around children. It's convenient. And I don't want to hear any bullshit excuse, oh, well, there are children all over the world. What are you going to do? Well, you know what? You can't hide and protect every child and take care of them and do the right thing. That's impossible. But don't sit there and tell the old viewers, right? Don't tell the new viewers, and you sure as shit better not tell the future viewers and supporters. That's all I'm saying. You showed your mom and dad when you went home to Chicago, right? On a live. You've told us different things about your sister, that it's because she's a Jesus freak. It's because of this. It's because of that. It's all bullshit. And D.O.A is a fraud? Yep. And it's not a secret. It's on a live that Scott did with his friend Direwolf, who sat down and explained everything. Now, I've said it before. I don't like to speak about ones that have passed on out of respect, but that is the person that you're asking about. It was Direwolf's father, and Direwolf's father unfortunately passed away. I wish a lot of things, but not that kind of stuff. Okay. So back to Wysi. Now there are a couple of lives that Wysi did that he was asking Scott supporters, Scott chatters, viewers, people that were hating on Wysi to step up and come in the chat. Better yet, join live. He provided the link to have a conversation. And I've never been on Wysi's channel. Okay. I've never been on Wysi's channel. But recently, Wysi started doing lives again, and I found that very interesting because, I've seen him in the chats, in D.O.A's chats and a couple other chats, but now he's doing lives. And I was like, okay. So the questions I asked Wysi was very respectfully done. And in your chat, you never addressed, and even though there weren't that many people from Scott's chat that were welcomed and invited, they didn't show up. The way that you carried that live, just in my opinion, was more focused on like a troll or two and the people that mod and or support you. Okay. And it is my right and my opinion, but I was being very polite and very respectful. I didn't come in your house shitting on it. So let me pull this up for you. And you guys can see for yourself. Okay. Actually, do me a favor, guys. Let me pull this. Hold on. Theater. Oh no, I can't do. Yeah, I can. Okay. All right. Do me a favor, guys. Please give me one moment. I'll be right back. Ooh, okay. Sorry, guys. I had a slight episode. Those that are just joining, welcome in. Pinche Becky, hello. Susan, hello. Purple Viking, hello. I'm gonna go back to the chat in a second, but I want to show you guys this. Okay. You see, everything's ready. And like I said, I've never been on Wysi's chat. I just wanted to, address this because, again, a lot of people view Wysi as, they tease him, oh, you're still a Scientologist and saying all kinds of things. And he said it himself. He's had his own experiences. He's had his own experiences. Okay. You know, for him, fine. And if he likes Scientology, he actually had made a comment. If I, like Scientology, I would have never left. Why he left, I don't know. Don't care. It's none of my business. But, like I said, people view him that he talks so highly about Scientology. He makes excuses for him. That's why I said you weren't in Sea Org, you weren't in OSA, you were a public. Public gets treated differently. Celebrities get treated differently. Nancy Cartwright, the voice of Bart Simpson, she gets treated differently because she donates big ass dollars, 10 million bucks. All right, totally different.
Close the road off, and that's what they do. Now, Scott is of the belief.
Oh, I had it up. Sorry, guys, I had it up to speed. Let me change this here.
As well as the other protesters, that it's all done for them to stop them from going out and protesting. So let's go back up out of this view and take a look at this road. Now, there are homes up here. They are not all owned by Scientology.
So again, he's explaining what he says he knows. He's explaining this is L. Ron Hubbard way, which those of you don't know. He's showing an overtop view of the Church of Scientology. They own a lot of property. They are like more a real estate business than a religion, than a church. Okay. So all these different buildings mean something. I know what they mean, but I'm not getting into it because it doesn't matter. And then here's my comment. You see the words here? Respectfully. Respectfully, damn it. Yeah. Respectfully, I have a question and a comment. If the church is so good, then why do they lie about permits and create their own? That road is a straight shoot to the hospitals and it's always closed. Guys, since June 1st, they always have some kind of thing going around, but that road has been closed in one way, shape, or form, partially, halfway, or all the way through since June 1st.
They're not all owned by Scientology. But you can see, you know, like here's the new hospital over here. And then there's more stuff in there. But this road and this building here and some of these other buildings in here apparently are owned by Scientology.
And this is where I have another comment. The permits are not online, and that is where the contradiction is.
But that is their road. This whole block is all Scientology. Parking lots up here, which Scott went in. Apparently, the church allows some outreach group to. They were giving away food. They were doing like food pantry for the community. Parking lot. They must be evil. That's how he equated what was going on. But like you.
Yeah, because, oh, by the way, a lot of times when that main parking lot is full for the Church of Scientology up here on Sunset, a couple of the employees, the staff at the hospital at Kaiser had said Scientology lets them rent, not use for free, rent out their parking. If you didn't know, now you do.
You've got different buildings, Church of Scientology. This is the St. Hill building, right? St. Hill organization. All of these buildings have different purposes and what they do within the church. And then you've got AOLA, which is the Advanced Organization of Los Angeles, down in this corner. In Scientology, different.
Who
Trying to
cares?
figure out how. Advanced organization is where the upper levels of on a ship that's and in the Galapagos Islands and town, basically. Scientology owns most of Clearwater, it appears. Never, well, I've driven through Clearwater, but never did any sort of courses or anything there. But that's one of the things there. So you can see like that whole block has always been, I cannot rotate. Why will it not allow me to rotate? Tilt view. Oh, okay. Tilt heading. Okay, I'll turn it that way.
I'm trying to speed up so I could get to where.
So the church uses that road all the time, and that's what she's talking about. Is they were out there protesting. Now they've been out there for months protesting, and it's not. Everyone knows it. Scott's been out there in the morning. He goes out between 8 and 9 when they're not. So like you have sort of course times like school classes. You got morning, and then you've got lunch, and then you've got evening, and then you've got nighttime. So you've got after breakfast, they go for whatever. So like everybody comes into the church apparently around 8 or 9 in the morning, and then they're all on course. Everybody's gone. They're up in.
And then another comment I made, no biggie, but AOLA only goes up to OT5, I believe. The rest is done at Flag. And then OT8 on the Free Winds, which is the Scientology boat.
Course rooms doing their thing. And then they break for lunch. And then, you know, if you're on course and you go have lunch.
But the purpose of showing this is the response he gives me. So bear with me. I apologize for that.
And then you go back on course. And then you might have a dinner break, right? And then you go back on course. So what Scott's doing is he's hanging out during these break times outside of this. I don't know if it'll show up. Let's drop it down here. So this outside area is a cafe, and he's been hanging out harassing people. So this cafe has been the site of, there was a group of men who came over and gave him a hard time. One of them knocked over his griddle, tripped into his griddle. Scott does not like getting harassed the way he harasses people. So of course he has a shit fit, right? And he wants the cops there at a moment's notice. Well, this goes back to when you call LAPD, depending on what your complaint is, you either get assistance right away if it's a violent enough crime or falls within their needs, or or like they assaulted my griddle. Who's they? These men, they're here, and he describes what the guys look like. It turns out that they're former gang members who.
Okay, I'm really getting annoyed with it. So let me see if I could see.
They set up a way to be out there and drug prevention group. And what the group was doing, very intimidating, very intimidating. Much like Scott is towards women and whatnot out at La Poubelle. A whole separate channel. Strike away. That might be fun.
Now, the other comment I made is Lara told Scott, well, I'm just telling you how I wrote it, but she told him that her dad worked in the galley or in the canteen. So that's why they're always looking that direction. Now, see these steps right here? That is another point I wanted to bring out. I have a feeling that this area right here is where they're looking to see if Phil Anderson, Lara FM's father, comes out of there, since that's where he works. But because I'm assuming that's the main focus, at least for Scott's benefit, to make points.
Because I got some highlights. He even sat out here one day. I don't remember if he was sitting on a bench or if he was just walking in the street. Literally talked about burning the place down. Talked about doing this, and that he wanted to burn down Scientology. That's what he said on his live stream. That's what I have recorded. I can't show it to you, but I have it. And the funny thing is he claims that the Scientology lawyers were going after the group, and one of them in the group making threats towards the church. The weird part was he was the road, and so they use this for their events. And this is
wait,
months later. I never did that.
I think this is it.
Yeah, we never did that. Well, yeah, I did. But anyway. So that's where we're at, and this is the road. And so they use this for their events, and this is all laid by hand. The blood of children, according to Scott, laid the brick on this road. Apparently, they did it very fast in like a day. It was remarkable. That's what the LA Times story was all about.
Now, on my community pages, as far as this road goes, I had gotten the documents from back then in the 80s and early 90s. So if you want to check it out later on my community page, you can scroll through and see the documents there.
How they did it. But, this is beautiful. Like, this is Los Angeles, and you've seen all the other videos and the homelessness and whatnot. This is actually really nicely, well manicured, done by the Sea Org members, people who have given their lives to the.
And again, I'm doing this to show you the response.
Faith, and they join the seminary. Same thing. That's what Sea Org members are until they leave the Sea Org, which they can do. Scott doesn't realize they can, but they can. And they also agreed to join the Sea Org with certain rules. You can't have children, as one of the main things. If you get your wife pregnant while you are Sea Org members, you have to leave the Sea Org. You cannot have children while in the Sea Org. So that's the rule. You think you heard what? Right, Joe? They basically said, we're going to fight back. We're a church. We want the same rights as any other church. Short stories. But yeah, they fought the IRS and they won. So you got to give them credit. Linda Lou said child labor. No, there's no child labor. Just like Linda Lou, I know you have kids, and I'm not talking about kids, but I know you're a parent. You teach your kids good habits. You teach.
Oh my God. Okay.
Ability at a young age. It teaches them. Oh, look, Chrissy's here. Hi, Chrissy. You're my favorite. You give children duties, and that is what.
And I even said in one of my other comments, in all fairness, though other religions, they talk to people, even protesters and agitators. Other religions, they would talk to them and just, communicate, which Scientology claims they know how to do. But whatever.
That is what Scientology believes in as well. It's not child labor. It's messed.
Now, messed, he says it's messed. Okay, so in all fairness, like, check it out. Basically, in life, there are a lot of times when your fathers or mothers or family members were building something, and you either willingly go get daddy or Uncle Joey a hammer or whatever, or a nail or a brick or a board. I mean, chores back in my day, you didn't need to be asked; it was done, right? So whether you wanted to or not, you did chores. That I believe. I believe the propaganda Scientology did was maybe like some cutesy thing, like handing off a brick or two. But that's one thing unless I get proof and a visual, there is no freaking way that gorgeous road was built by kids. And by law, right? By law. That I agree with.
And I'm trying to remember, it's been a long time. And your stats of take care of those things to maintain them and in an ideal world. That's their, you the public as well. You have public, and then
I don't want to hear this.
going through some social media, and I see talk about and show how the table's set up, how
Son
they're
of a Jesus, Marion. Guys, I am so sorry. I'm really trying to get that point. It took me forever to find this part, but
to get things done. Also, that's Scientology. Think of Tom Cruise and his clearly is effective because they do it very round out, and so that's what that is. And just imagine a bunch of, can't hate on that. They own that blue building down at the end down there. Tend to ride bicycles. The cafes they have, old Hollywood kind of, don't give away the secrets. Said too much already. Or if you're Danny, Matt, we won't get into that yet. That shows that the church knew exactly. The one that I know. Individuals. Highly unlikely.
Okay, I give up. I give up.
But that's what it is. Just like in the Catholic religion. I don't care. You want to put my name on a sign and stand in front of a building because you use the legal system because you're an asshole.
Okay, so what I'll do is this. You see the title right here for Wysi, Unveiling the Truth. I'm sorry I put you guys through this hell. I have a feeling as soon as I pop off this that it's going to be coming up. So I'm sorry about all that. Oh my God. But the answer is there's no such thing. There's no such thing as fake permits. Okay. That's what pissed me off. There's no such thing as fake permits. Well, I beg to differ because I myself have looked at the websites when events were going on. And it didn't say anything about a permit being legitimate. It didn't say you couldn't be on the sidewalk. There are a lot of things that Scientology said to either their security, the police officers, or the protesters. One way or another, it was said. And it's a total bullshit lie. And last night at Halloween proved it. It's been proven before, but it was proven last night. And that was through the hard work of the community that lives there, that's been to meetings every day, that are ADA, which I'm not going to touch on that because I'm very disappointed in somebody that's in that sector of the community, ADA. But last night it was brought up, and even court documents, you know? So let's see what's going on with you guys. Let's see. To those just joining, thank you for being here. I'm just catching up here, reading the chat. Yeah, I know, Susan. Judy Chen, thank you for being here. I'm late and I don't watch Scott anymore, so I don't know what's going on. All right, hopefully people have been filling you in the chat. But thank you for coming. And the thing of it is that I did say in my one of my last lives that as many people that got hurt or disappointed or slandered about, talk shit about horribly, right? You got to keep your eyes open though, because if they stay closed too long, you're going to miss something. Just a thought, just a piece of advice. Old man on the hill. I would really like to see D.O.A and Wysi get in a cage match style fight. Oh, God. Tink, good to see you. Thanks for being here today. Thank you so much. I'm glad you're better, Becky. Okay. All right. So, the bottom line is everything in this world has good and bad. However, with Scientology, okay, the document permit alters and lies. That is a fact. There was one incident where I believe it was Jennifer, because Jennifer's usually in the mix. She's a Sea Org Scientologist. She handed a so-called permit over to security and I believe law enforcement, and it was not a permit, it was a application. Okay, so if we the people have to show permits and pay and wait and then have the permits posted for whatever it is we're doing, whether it's through ourselves or through a company, then so should they. And stop lying. Stop safe pointing law enforcement, government officials. Stop that shit right now. Because you know what? Let's just say if nothing bad happens to your religion, that's a bad look. Because taxpayers are already paying for a lot of shit. We don't need to be paying for your rich asses, especially because of the amount, the tremendous amount of realty. You have more realty than members. You have more people that you're in cahoots with than members. That's what I'm talking about. Okay? Abuse, rape, sexual assault on any man, woman, or child, adults, parents, Church of Scientology, anyone that lies or covers it up needs to be held accountable and go to jail or prison. Okay? Yes, parents bring their kids to Scientology. That's a fact. Yes, they drop them off like as if they would do at school, sports, etc. That's a fact. But let me point this out. If I haven't already, here we go. But if kids tell their parents that they have been raped or sexually assaulted or touched inappropriately, okay, and they don't pursue legal actions because of their religion, then they are to blame. And they need to stop going to Scientology. If parents tell the church, example, auditors, the higher ups, the clergy, right? And then they don't do anything about the legal aspects, they too are guilty and should be investigated, jailed, convict them. I want to make this perfectly loud and clear. Freedom of religion is a fact. Freedom of religion is not an excuse and is not excuses from these topics. Period. Period. It's illegal, and it's not a pass to allow it to happen. You understand this? Religion, freedom of religion is not a pass. It's illegal and it should not happen. And to anybody that says otherwise, then they're a fucktard. All right? And I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. And to those who make up lies or exaggerate truths, to use stories to make us believe something that's not true, or to your advantage, just to get more empathy, more sympathy on your side and have your back and support and cheer you on, then that is not what I want to support and could care less. What was proven last night on Halloween, October 31, 2024, is that Scientology lied, Wysi. They used security, then law enforcement, to make them go away. Not just Scott, all the protesters, okay? That's what they did. That's right, Judy. As a parent, I just don't get it. If anyone touched my child, I would be calling 911 immediately. MTK, did you see the part from Scott's video last night where he was screaming at the people in a haunted house black tent? Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. And the poor kid. See, here's the thing. Matthew the King is right. The poor kids, they're kids. They're just there to trick or treat and have fun. They don't know what the hell's going on. Maybe some of the older ones do, and kind of like, who's that weirdo? Or who's that, person? Whatever their words would be. I can't put words in their mouth. But the little kids, the older ones would be like, he's a nut, or he's a cuckoo bird, whatever they want to say, right? But the black tent thing, yeah, no. The one thing I will say is that kids cannot consent. We hear the word minor, minor, minor. Well, I'm not afraid to say it. Solomon showed up last night. Fucking surprise. Hello. Well, that just makes me sick to my stomach right there, because I've been yelling it from the rooftops. The hypocrisy, the hypocrisy. I don't care if his parents know it or not. Meaning that they said, oh, it's okay. We allow you to go, Solomon. You can go. Get some friends your own age. Go to the YMCA. Go do something with people your own age. Peace, love, sunshine. Welcome in. Manuel Fiera. I know I said it wrong. Welcome in, buddy. Good to see you. Welcome, 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 everybody. Go find somebody your own age. Go find some people like you. Go do something. Get a big brother. Well, maybe not. You already got plenty of them. But Solomon, I don't care. That kid one day is going to get his ass kicked. Because I'll tell you what, he likes to fuck around and find out until it doesn't work anymore. And then he starts screaming, I'm a minor. I'm a minor. I've said it before, so I'll say it again. I don't care. That kid is hanging around nothing but adults. And some people have tried to defend him, saying, oh, well, you're such a good kid, Solomon, and don't let them talk to you like that, Solomon. Kids your age could be doing, graffiti or doing drugs or getting this and that, and you're doing the right thing, Solomon. No, his behavior is mimicked by the adults. Everything, he's like a parrot, like a tape recorder. Half the time, he don't even know what he's saying. He don't know his ass from a hole in the ground. Riddle, welcome in. Nice to see you. Manuel, I'm telling you. Denise H, she's 17. But here's the thing. Outside of Scientology, right? Just speaking clearly, we all know things happen. But when you're protesting saying save the children, they're minors, no more kids in Scientology, and this kid is running all hours of the day and night around town, filming here, filming there, hanging out with adults all the time. And then when he picks up the bad habits, let's just focus on that. The bad habits. And then getting mouthy and disrespectful and this and that, and then all of a sudden screams I'm a minor. That don't work for me. That don't work for me. I'm telling you, when he gets to be 18, somebody's going to kick his ass. But like I said, let me get back to it. So what was proven at Halloween, at Scientology's Halloween party last night, is that Scientology lied, Wysi. They used security, then law enforcement to make them go away when they were in their rights. Guilty of being a nuisance or a pain in the ass and annoying. Yeah, we all know. But that's not illegal. And it's just that. So let me say it again. Guilty of being a nuisance or a pain in the ass. That is annoying, but it's not illegal. And by the way, I just want to say this for some people that have been getting ridiculed. Whether you like this person or not, okay? Not everybody likes Zero Dark Tony and not everybody hates Zero Dark Tony. I am owned by no one. I do as I please and go where I wish. But one or two courses in does not a Scientology make. A Scientologist make. One or two courses does not a Scientologist make. And by the way, you've heard ex-Scientologists say this before. Scientology is so money hungry and so ass kissing about people's stats. So not all courses have been completed, but yet they're still up there and it still counts in the Scientology world because it's bodies in the shop. You could be just coming out of a coffee shop and think the building next door is a bookshop because you're not familiar with the area. You go to walk in, as soon as your foot crosses that threshold, you're considered a body in the shop. Bunny B, nice to see you. Thank you for being here. If you're talking about Scott, yeah, he was. Let's see here. So, ex-Scientologists have said that there are people that are dead and gone that are still on the list. Like they don't bother putting on the side, like, I'll be safe. I'll use a Brady Bunch. Kitty Carryall. That was Cindy Brady's little doll. Kitty Carryall was a Scientologist and did all these courses from 1981 to 2001. But she passed away in 2003. It'll still have all those courses in there, but it won't say they're deceased. I know there's a list, though, but it's not on the main one. So there you have it. Again, Wysi, you get ragged on for different reasons, but the thing of it is that from my one interaction of clicking on you when you were alive, and then as a viewer contributing to the conversation and not getting a real response, it was kind of like shrugged off. Your response was, that doesn't happen. But yes, it does. There are a lot of people that Scott told when he started protesting Scientology that were, he's like, oh, this person's a troll. This is a hater. This person's this. He did that specifically from jump, right from the beginning, so that we would continue to like him, watch him, be supportive of him, and also not question him. Kind of like the way you're so focused on what you think about Scientology is and what it's not. But your problem is, like, you're trying to warn people, or you guys talk about D.O.A. What I see as excuse me, constructive criticism is that there are some people that have opened their eyes, but do have a brain and are intelligent to a good degree and know what they're talking about. And it'd be nice for you to listen to that. Not everybody's a liar. Not everybody's a virgin truth teller. There is a mix. But the protesting of saving the children, the government, free speech, human rights, civil rights, that world has came together, slowly but surely collided with the Scientology protesters. And a lot of people that he warned us about, I have seen nothing but good. Are they perfect? No. Do we have to see their face? No. And that's another thing. I'm going to tell everybody out there a little reminder that when I was a chatter and a supporter, when I became a chatter, like a doer, right? A participant, a chatter and supporter, my little avatar, the orange circle with the K in it, that was perfectly fine when I was cheering everybody on. When I was sharing, liking, subscribing, and going here and there. But as soon as I started doing lives, it's a problem. Guess what? I'm not a coward. I'm not hiding my face. I do as I like, as I please, and I am more than enough, and I am very much good enough, and my voice is enough. You don't need to see shit, because you know what? You don't care about me anyway. You just care about what side I'm on. I'm on my side, the right side. That's where I'm at. I have a lot of stuff going on, as many as you know. I struggle, and I have learned that it is okay to ask. The worst that could be said is no, but I'm not going to stop asking. So, to point out, like, the money making thing, isn't it interesting? I'm not monetized. I'm not monetized. I'm not monetized. The lore of D.O.A. I've never seen so many subscriptions just pop up. Now, all of a sudden, he's on the monetized train. That's why he's behaving too. That's another reason why he's behaving. Because if he gets demonetized for shit he does or says, then that ability to have that money come in is out the window. If you didn't think about it like that, maybe you will now. Because before it was all other things. I mean, he did some super chats and stuff, but from my understanding, the monetization can be turned off and on. But he's behaving like that, so nobody can, they can see how many subscriptions he has, but they can't see the money come in. Whereas the super chats, you could see that come in. And if anybody, is supporting him otherwise, then that's on them, And I said it before, and I agree with it. What you do is your business. And I am no better than anybody else. I am far from perfect. But at least I know my faults. And unless somebody says something that is seriously slanderous and wrong, I'm just going to let it roll. But I will not tolerate any stuff that's going to, like it has in the past, because of you, Scott, and because of many of your supporters. Which I used to be one. Never a problem. I hate what has been done. Becky, Matthew the King, Sir Crepitus, Poe on the Go, Aja. If you get 2,600 for 2 phones because the California Highway Patrol took them, it's okay. But she stands up for herself, and she's sick and tired of seeing Solomon acting a fool and doing stupid shit, and she speaks up, rightfully so. Oh, then it's a problem? And because people from Zero Dark Tony's channel and him donated to her, they gave her super chats? That's a problem? That's so fucking petty. That's a streamer wars thing, I guess. It's petty as shit. It's very petty, you know? So, like I said, at least I'm honest about it. I'm feeling a little bit better after all the hurricane stuff. I mean, you know, as well as to be expected, right? As well as to be expected. So, in the description, like I said, I would really appreciate it if you can help out. My links are in the description. It would be greatly appreciated. Long story short, I switched the broken phone to the new phone. I did it myself, but now here's the twister. The SIM card that works in the old broken phone will not work in the new phone, and the screensaver that I should have gotten before when my friend told me to, I got one. It said it was for the same exact phone, and it doesn't fit, and it doesn't work. You know, I don't have the money to get all that done, so I was trying to do everything myself, right? Be self-sufficient. And that didn't work out too well. Let me see here. Now, like I said, my links are in the description. I'm going to put this in the chat. Hashtag, what was it? Das said. Hold on one second. This link I'm putting in the chat is specifically for my family. That's specifically for my family. Everything is written in there. You can see it for yourselves. And that would be greatly appreciated. Okay. Now let me go back to you guys in chat. Purple Viking. Oh, man. Hold on a second. I lost it. Let me see here. I messed up. Hold on a second. Let me see here. Purple Viking, he is not there for the cause. He is a professional grifter. Judy agrees. Yes, Denise, and he has memberships. Yep. See, but here's the thing. There's nothing the way I look at it is this, right? Any streamer. There's nothing wrong with having memberships. But for him to go from the way he is and then tries to be calm, right? Cuz don't forget, this month his what is it called? His probation. Non damn it. Supervised, non-supervised probation ends in November. He's trying to be on his best behavior. And again, as far as monetization, you got to be really well behaved. Yeah, harass and stalk. Judy, at the bad actor's business totally ruined his reputation, in my opinion. the BS he spouted out about Becky and Jay was insane. And that for me was the last straw. Or excuse me, that was the last straw for me. Judy, I agree 1,000%. And I was going on that rant. So it's Ellie, Jay, Mexican long hair, Becky, Aja, Sir Crepitus, Poe on the go, Riddle, right? Oh, as far as Scientology protesters, um, there were a lot, right? Danny was on the fence for a little bit. He had to watch his P's and Q's. I mean, Matthew the King. There's so many people that got ridiculed, treated like shit, you know, um, slandered. I mean, is there no stopping it? But Judy, I don't blame you. I just couldn't believe all this stuff. And D.O.A is a fraud says bad actors equal people that won't bow down to him. There you go. And I had made a comment one time in a chat a while back and said, you know, Scientology tries to recruit the weak. Oh no, excuse me, not recruit. I beg your pardon. Target the weak. So like whoever was getting, I know Cutsy did, right? Danny and Leah did. Uh, I believe Sandra OT420 did. And my take on that in a chat is that if Scientology is sending them things and calling their parents and doing all this stuff, then they're targeting the weak. But anybody that's got balls of steel, the not the dick swinging, but the real strong men, fuck around and find out. I mean, Rib Guy, right? Rib Guy got shit on. And guys, for those that didn't know, please give your best in thoughts and light and love and prayers, wishes to Rib Guy. His dog got hurt real bad, and I love dogs. Sometimes even, but I'm starting to stutter now. Before humans, and it ripped my heart out of my chest. Tink says this is his best behavior. Yeah. Well, for a while, it's kind of like he'll go like 3 or 4 days. I mean, you heard it in his voice the other day. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. I was laughing because I'm thinking of L.A. Cam that used to be like, "Excuse me, Mister Sir, Mister Sir, Mister Sir," but he's like, "Hello, ma'am. Hello, ma'am. Hello, ma'am." You know. Denise, right. When he criticized others for having memberships and monetization is when I have a problem. Yeah. And Becky, right. So, I mean, she got it from Scott, from D.O.A. She got it from, here's what kills me, Becky. People are people, but I'm just saying, you know, the Latino community. D.O.A is not community. You guys have lived there for God knows how many years, paid taxes. You shop there, you live there, you pay taxes, you do all your things there. But the Latino community, for the people that were protesting and chatters and viewers that shit on you and the stuff Danny said about you, I have a problem with that. And for those that never watched any of my lives, in the very beginning, I had done a live, and it's principles over personalities. Which one do you choose? I'm not talking about virgin saints here because nobody's a saint. Okay? Nobody. Except my mother, who I love. But I'm telling you right now, it is principles over personalities. I've said it. People talk shit, some more than others. Hell, I've done it. I know it. You don't got to tell me. I know what I've done wrong. I know what I say. And many times in people's chat, I said, if I overstepped, I'm sorry. I apologize. That's it. You know, I mean, for fuck's sake. It's just, it's, you have somebody who's, they're an adult by age, but they're not mature in their brain. They're still a kid and talking shit about a seasoned person. Just wrong. He was live when he turned on subscriptions. I don't know if he still charges them the same amount, but he had it set for like $8.99 a month. Oh, and there's another thing if you didn't see in the chat later on in the evening, and somebody must have mentioned the views because of course it's all about the views. Well, the person, or I don't know if it's a bot. I'll just show you. Let me show you this here. There was a comment with this handle. Kalish Kalshi _space X that said it's not the viewers going down, it's the bots. It's the viewers going down, not the bots. Wait, did I say it right? It's not the views going down, it's the bots. That's what it was. Okay. I mean, and he said, "Oh, it's I care about this, I care about that, blah 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 blah." It's crazy. You in this world, again, nobody is perfect. Not one of us. And if we make a mistake, then we learn from it. If we mess up real bad, I'm trying not to, get too detailed, but if, admit we're wrong and that's it. And mean it. Don't apologize just for the hell of it. I mean, what's the point? Why bother? And when people are proud, okay, including myself, there have been times in my life where I messed up and I had bit my tongue and was like, "Oh man," but I took my licks and said, "Man, I was wrong." When you're proud, it's hard to do, but I'll tell you what, it's better for you in the long run. And as soon as this stuff all comes out in black and white, that's not AI, that's not altered documents, when all this stuff comes out, the people that didn't get on the bus to get out of town, meaning that still choose to have their eyes shut when it comes to Scott, they'll learn when it's too late. I thank God, speaking from myself, that I, took a minute to myself and backed up and said, wait a minute, something ain't right here. A lot of times I'll sit back on things and try to process it and be like, okay, this, that, and the other thing, and then move from there. But you really don't care about your viewers and supporters if you act like a dick and telling your chat that they're stupid. Yeah, sometimes he was joking around. Pay attention, pay attention. Yeah, I know, Becky, but you know what? Kids should be off limits. That's right, Judy. Tink, $2,000 a month. Oh, it's very easy to see. It's very easy to see. Give me a moment here. Let me see here. Give me a second, guys. Oh, so while I'm trying to pull this up, so what I was talking about my phone is I didn't have the money to get all the stuff done, but I mean, thanks to everybody's help, I was able to get the phone. But what I'm saying is to get it, transferred over from one to another, um, and now the SIM card's locked, so I can't make calls. The SIM card is locked, and the screensaver did not work. Meaning, it's supposed to stick to it. It says it was for that brand, and it's not. It's shorted out. So total revenue that's showing so far, 14. It averages out to $14 per chat. I'm talking about the entire thing, the sum, the breakdown of it. Okay. So like the last 7 days is $8 a chat. Total is $402. But the total, I'm assuming what it says here, total revenue year to date is 377 chat, $14, and revenue is 5,193. Aaron's channel is still on the top of the list. I haven't seen anybody beat him. Giggly, how you doing? Welcome in. And apparently he doesn't have insurance or pay his parking tickets. Well, here's the thing. He screwed himself last night because he said on the live when he was yelling, I've been here 10 months. I lived here 10 months. I've been here 10 months. Either way you look at it, you just fucked yourself. Because you remember a long time ago, Jessica Palmadessa, when she had the issues with her car? When she had those issues with her car, they were trying to frame her because her plates were out of state. She has Pennsylvania plates. And she's like, I have dual residency. I live here part of the time, and somewhere else I live another part of the time. The cop or her both said in that live that, well, at 9 months or after 9 months, you have to have proof of transfer. Well, Scott didn't realize it. Maybe if somebody tells him that, now, if they're hearing this, they can get him for just that. But then yeah, you're right. The RV. Well, here's the thing. He said, Freud, he said that he had registered it and insured it for the next 10 years. You can't register a vehicle more than a year, and you can't register a vehicle more than a year. 6 months to a year on insurance policies for every state. I don't care where you live. That's a fact. However, what is a fact is if it's registered and insured in somebody else's name, and he is even a listed driver on the insurance policy, then he could have had a verbal and or written agreement with that person, whereas Scott would pay him the money, whether it's PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, or whatever other systems are out there, to accommodate it, and then a emailed receipt is sent, and the registration and stuff is sent to Scott because he has the PO box in LA. Matthew says numerous times D.O.A. lied, said, I'm OSA, which is Office of Special Affairs for Scientology. Yeah, he did. Streets nor Jessica believe the bullshit. Yep. Anonymous Lens, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining. The cult of Scotty Cheese is out of control. Yeah. Body shaming. Oh my God. Yeah. I agree with you, Judy. I've said the same thing. I know a lot about Albanians. I am not Albanian. I obviously you can see from my avatar I am not Albanian, but I've been around it my whole life. And I'll tell you right now, they are not amused. And there is no way in hell. If one or two Albanians have gone into Scientology, to Albanians, that's one too many, but they shrug it off like whatever because they're still very tight knit people. I know what I'm saying. You're good enough to bang and hang around with and date, but for the most part, when it comes down to marriage, they still are one of the few countries that stick to their own people, meaning to marry another Albanian. And for him to first show up to see an Albanian was like, hey. But then as time went on, I was like, no, this ain't right. This ain't right. Because Albanians don't let outsiders tell them what to do at all. Unless it's, their spouse or something like that, family. Okay. Freud, definitely many. Definitely a many. And let's see here. Icky impression, yeah. Denise and Judy, right. And that's another good point. Why doesn't Henry, get this involved in his home state? Very good question. I've said this too. A lot of the protesters, right, that are out there, they have very little to work with. A block or two radius. That's it. Not, excuse me, meaning a storefront, right? Two or three of them, if anything. The biggest places are where they have it. Advanced Org of St. Hill in England, Big Blue in LA. 3 is the Flag, the Mecca, Clearwater, right? Those 3 have so much space to bang around and protest. But here's the problem. They don't recruit at at Flag in Clearwater. That is not recruiting. But the point is they have so much space to work with. Whereas everybody else have these tiny little places. There's only so much they can do, and there's only so much attention they can get, and there's only so much they can entertain people. For that reason, I would guess that's why he's not doing it as much there. Zero Dark Tony in the house. Greetings. Welcome in. Thank you for coming in. See? Told you weren't. Meaning blocked. Thank you for joining. Judy, let's see. Okay. You're welcome, Becky. Thanks for being here. Hey, Drifter Shelley's also in the house. Welcome in. Thank you so much for joining and being here. Nice to see you. Oh, the new rumor is, guys, make sure you spread it like wildfire. The new rumor is that Drifter Shelley is Janet, the Scientologist. Ooh. Are you ready for that noise? Yeah. But see, I had said it, nobody listens. Janet from another planet, words coming out of Order LA. That's what she calls her. That's what she named her. If you didn't already hear it, I had brought up that Janet from another planet was a handle that was in Aaron Smith's live chat a while back, and people remembered that. So yeah, that's the new rumor. Just making sure. Cat's Mocha, thank you for joining. Welcome in. That was when they towed her car. That's right. So Cat's Mocha remembers when Jessica Palmadessa got her car towed. That's when they were giving her stuff about her license, or not her license, her registration and all this stuff, and she had to scramble. But they told her, if you're here living more than 9 months, you got to get that paperwork switched. Let's see. Zero Dark Tony says, Streets is the bullshit. I expect Beck to tuck her tail and leave when I'm here. Huh? Is that what Streets said? I'm trying to figure this out. Is that what I'm trying to understand what was up with that. Let me see here. Holy crap. Let me see something. Did I read that right, or was that a typo? Or did I? Let me see something. Wait a minute. I'm lost. Let me go back to chat. It was correct? Okay. Thank you for clarifying that. I appreciate it. I was like, what the fuck? All right. when I thought I read it wrong, I just had to take a peek. Holy shit. Okay. All right. Purple Viking. He's he said on a live stream he got his license plate from a thrift store and he put it on his vehicle. Oh my god. Oh, okay. Thank you for I didn't know that. Thank you. So here's some helpful information. Um Matty the King says Purple Viking, I've seen the plate. It's a New Mexico plate specifically for motorhome. Okay, cool. I didn't know they had that. Makes sense though, right? Because they have specific plates for motorcycles and uh, street legal dirt bikes. I hate two strokes. I hate when they scream. I like the four strokes. Anonymous lens. You're right. That was body shaming. I do apologize. I did remove it later. No problem. Everybody has the right to say something, right? Giggly. Henry needs the LA clout to build his page. Yeah, you do need a picture, Becky. Oh my god. I'm reading the chat. Oh my god. Oh, and Tink, oh, I have to put it up here. I miss her. Tink says, and I'm Vaughn. Oh my god. Denise, okay. Drifter Shelley, I will say, if I could file a felony charge against D.O.A, I would definitely do it. Oh, really? Huh. That's a shame, but it is what it is, right? Okay. Oh, cool, Cat Smoker. Yeah. No, I understood what you said. I know. Don't forget, Drifter Shelley. I'm the typo queen. Are you? Thank you. I hope people hit my links up because I sure could use it, Tony. Let them know. Oh, Denise, that's interesting. That's very interesting. I'm not doubting it. I'm just saying I didn't. But that's a very good possibility. I wouldn't consider that a far-fetched comment. Yeah, right? Yeah. Sometimes Purple Viking we just don't know. But the fact of the matter is that all it'll take is one quick finding out, right? If he gets ticketed again or in trouble or arrested and the vehicle, gets towed, or if it gets in New York we have those boots, right? The boots that go on the tire, then it'll be easy to find out. I'm telling you. Joking and light trolling is Thank you, Judy. That's so kind of you to say. Thank you. You make me laugh even more. Thank you. Oh my god. I'll tell you. Not every day is like that. I'm trying to go farther, Judy. I'm trying to, like I said, when I'm here, I try to be strong. When I'm in front of my mother, I try to be strong. But it's not always easy, Judy. And I know others can relate. Sometimes I lose it, but, thank you so much. Okay, Freud, have a great day. Thank you so much. And if I don't see you around in the chats or on a live, have a great weekend. You're right. Tink's absolutely right. I mean, it takes 30 anywhere because when I was helping, right, when the cement trucks were in front of the apartment building on Fountain, It took like forever. 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour, and all you get is the automated blah 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 on the phone, you know? It'd be nice to have an inside number to get through for important shit. I'm not talking about stupid stuff. I'm talking about real serious stuff. It'd be nice, but you're right, Tink. You can't get through. You're a troublemaker, Shelley. You know what would be great if more people come in and enjoy and watch and subscribe and to support being here on the replay team and if and hitting the links up. That would be great. The monetization, I don't know how I'd even feel about it, let alone it's so far, far away. I'm so far away from that, but you make me laugh. I know you're starting trouble for me. Oh my god. Okay, Becky. Oh. Well, I'll speak for myself, Judy. My thoughts and prayers and like go out to you and thank you. Oh, guys, here we go. I'm putting it up. She's it. You must have had some good sleep. At KTP, have you got that post office box yet? LOL. No, no, I haven't not. Nobody's going to send me anything. Yes, Drifter Shelley says prayers and love to all in the chat. Even if you don't pray, the thought and the intention, the good intention is there. You know, there's certain things I keep to myself, my beliefs I keep to myself because here's the thing. That's exactly what they are. Not everything has to be out there on YouTube. You know, there are a lot of things I don't agree with, but it's my choice. I could just continue to listen or dip out of the chat or or have a conversation. A lot of people have complimented me saying thank you. It's a place where we could have a conversation. It's not, it, it's comfortable. It's, people can have fun. And by the way, the slander thing, that's one thing that I don't care if you're in a shit show or not. The slander on Rabbit, Drifter Shelley. I said Rabbit, but the slander that's coming on the viewers and the supporters and the chatters, some of you better watch what you say, what comes out of your mouth, because one day your mouth is so big that you'll be able to turn around and bite your own ass with it. You know? Black Lives Matter, this matters, everything matters. And you know what? When I was pushed, okay, to my limits, then that was where I drew the line in the sand and said, let's go. In the beginning, it was like, what? I'm like, whatever. But when it progressed and kept going, the only person that's going to stop it is me. And for the most part, I did. I had a lot of people that were good and caring and supportive and knew that everything was bullshit. They were supporters and chatters just like me. I never fucked around and found out in anybody else's chat. I was always a good, like I joke around, somebody'd say, "Oh, hit the like button." And I'm like, I did already. I'm a good little sub. I did like a good little sub. When I jump on somebody's live, as soon as I jump on, I hit the like button. That's it. You know? But you push me too far, and it's been said by Drifter Shelley, by me, by others that have a brain. Protecting yourself and standing up for yourself and making it clear what has been done wrong to you is not attacking anyone. It's standing up for yourself. Don't call for me unless I send for you. And like I said, it stopped until recently. But that jerk off only has, you know, fake accounts and meaning supporters or whatever. And I will say, I give credit where it's due. The people that liked the comments or the posts, obviously, we will never know who they are. And frankly, I don't care. But the people that commented underneath was nobody that I knew. So that goes to show you, if you stand up for yourself and open your mouth, you have that right. We all have that right. They say, oh, look away or turn the other cheek. That is true. However, that can only be done for so long. You push somebody, you did that stuff a long time ago to Denver J. You antagonized the shit out of him. You fucked around. You pushed him to his limit. And he defended himself and talked back. But then you had to twist that for Denver J and say, there it is. Like, there's the reaction we wanted. And that was so fucking wrong. Unless otherwise, I have never seen Jay be out of line with anybody. Ever. You pushed him to his limit and he stood up for himself. And like I said, if Denver Scientology audit ever comes back, whether it's this protesting or something different, I'll be there to watch. ZDT says, church. D.O.A, welcome in. D.O.A's crusty butt. I'm real. Judy, I really miss Jay. Denise H, I miss Jay. Yep. I'm done turning the other cheek. They lie about me. I'll tell the truth about them, says Becky. When people allow somebody that does something illegal to get away with it, in my opinion, that's not helping any. If you allow behavior to happen and support it to that degree of misdemeanor and or felony charges, that's like telling all the other victims, fuck you. That's like giving them the middle finger to the current ones and also an opportunity for those in the future. That's a big middle finger to real victims, not whiners and criers, real victims. I'm serious when it comes to victims and survivors. That's a big middle finger. Drifter Shelley says, I started watching Jay when he first started. He was a great protester and a good, humble man with integrity. Absolutely. I agree 1,000% on that, Shelley. 1,000%. And that's how I got to meet per se Mexican Longhair. That's how I got it. When MLH showed up for Jay, that was absolutely incredible. The brotherhood of two people not knowing each other, like coming together, helping each other out. That was true brotherhood, true community. And I applaud MLH for it. I always will. He's a great guy. I love his wife's laugh. Her laugh is so contagious. That's the word, contagious. Even if you're in a shitty mood, you hear her laughing, you'll piss yourself laughing. So I'll tell you, a lot of good people have been shit on, lied about, slandered. Like, I've said it before. I have very thick skin, okay? For the most part, I'm good with it. I'm all right, Certain things I'm like, eh. I've had people tell me this, people tell me that. I'm like, I appreciate you telling me. I really do. But thank you. It's all right, whatever. But when it's not all right, then you'll hear my mouth. Then you'll hear me coming for it. Yes, Judy, he is. You too, ZDT. Have a great day. Thanks for coming. So, yeah. All right, guys. Well, listen, I have kept you all up for 2 hours now, a little over 2 hours. Unless there's anything you'd like to discuss or bring up, let me know. I'll give it some time in the chat. No? Okay. All right. So, with that being said, guys, I thank you again, each and every one of you, for being here on the live, watching. Hit that like button, please and thank you. Please hit up those links in my description. I truly appreciate it. I truly need it, and I would be very grateful. Stay blessed and stay safe. And guys, if you can't be good at it. Catch you on the next one.